How are you, everybody who is watching this fantastic video? I'm very happy to have you, and I've prepared a very good news for everybody who is watching this program right now, so you have to stay connected. My name is Olenjolai Moko TAYAI Single. I'm also an electronics and telecommunication engineer, but generally you can call me electrical engineer and computer scientist. I'm very happy to have you today. I'm a Tanzanian and I'm doing this program for the benefits, firstly for the Tanzanians and also for the international students. So we'd like to welcome all foreigners into a beautiful country that's called Tanzania. So before I give you too much details, I would like first of all to use this time to welcome you into one of our online schools. This is completely 100% online schools. We don't have any physical schools. So the school is called Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolain. Simultaneously, because I'm teaching you to solve simultaneous equation in mathematics, I would like to welcome you into one of our YouTube channels. We have 6 official YouTube channels. One of them is called Tanzania Online O-Level Circuit School in square bracket Olenjolain. So I would like to tell you the purpose or the vision that we have in online ordinary secondary school in square bracket Olenjolain. So we have an assignment to teach, train, incubate, mentor, lead, and encourage some special group of students who will be ready to extract knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from the formal and the informal education, formal and informal educations in science subjects and the basic in mathematics. And then they take that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding combined with the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom that we are going to teach them to extract it from the Word of God, written in the Holy Bible, in order to solve real life problems. So the main objective of online ordinary secondary school, of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School, is to train our students to think differently and to train our students to think about how they can solve real life problems by using whatever alternatives or whatever the techniques will be required by that scientific or mathematics in real life problems. I know that what are the visions I declare, it's a process, it's a journey. It's just like you have to spare at least 2 to 3 years when you'll be capable. When you work hard, you can be capable of solving even the small scale real life problems. Myself, I'm a product, I'm a testimony of what I'm telling you. So I'm a product. I used to extract knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from any informal and formal education that I have learned according to the gifting that God has built in me in different aspects, for example, in teaching and also in engineering and also in computer programming and also in science. So I used to extract that knowledge and then combine with the knowledge, understanding, and the wisdom which God himself has me to extract it from his own word, spoken and written in the Holy Bible. And I've been solving different real life problems. Some of them I succeed to solve them, and some of them I don't succeed, but I didn't give up and I don't give up. I'm still on progress on solving and fixing my family real life problems, my own problem first, because whenever you discover a good solutions, first of all, you have to start on solving and fixing your own problems. And then from there, you can take a stage to enlarge your attention to your neighbors and to your community in different places. So I'm a product. What I'm telling you, I'm living in it. That's what I want to tell you. I'm living in it. And I'll keep on living for the rest of my life. So one of example, if you ask me a question, Olenjolai, tell me one of the real life problems that you are solving. It's this one, because right now I'm a national teacher in mathematics, in science, for ordinary secondary education. And also I'm a mathematics teacher and the science teacher in advanced educations. I'm also a basic engineering teacher and basic scientific mathematics teacher. I am a teacher of basic mathematics, basic engineering mathematics, and a teacher for basic scientific mathematics for ordinary education. And also I'm a teacher of higher engineering mathematics and then higher scientific mathematics for undergraduate students. So all of those levels of education that I'm teaching, I'm solving real life problems encountered by students of the present and future generation. You get me? All right. So that is a piece of information that we want to tell you. So we have so many departments in our online school. One of the departments is called Basic Mathematics, and the subject of the day is called Basic Mathematics. We have in Basic Mathematics Form 4, because we are teaching Basic Mathematics Form 1 through Form 4, in case you missed those, you can refer, means you can check our YouTube channels and then you can access them. So in Basic Mathematics Form 4, we have to cover almost the eight chapters, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, you have to cover 8 chapters. From coordinate geometry, let me mention coordinate geometry, areas and volumes. Areas and volumes. The third chapter is called three-dimensional figures. The fourth one is called probability. The fifth one is called trigonometry. The sixth one is called the vectors. The seventh one is called matrices and transformation. And the eighth one is called the linear programming. So we are in chapter 1 that called coordinate geometry. This is all about Euclideans. And these contents are for pre-Form 4 and Form 4 or Class 12 in other words. So we have done it 3 sessions, session 00, general introductions of basic mathematics Form 4, and then session 1, session 2, which after that we did about gradients and collinear points. So today I'm going to teach you about the equation of the straight line. But before I teach you the equation of the straight line, let me tell you let me answer your basic question. You know, in any physical secondary school that you have attended, the first thing which you have to encounter when you report is registration. So how can you register yourself in Tanzania online secondary school in square bracket Olenjolain while it is online? So it's focusing on distant learning. It's focusing that you can access all of the contents in video form, in a high definition video form, in very high quality, in a well-organized style, and you can access our contents at any time and anywhere. So if you have a friend who studies basic mathematics Form 4 in Gaeta, you just have to send a link to him or her. If you have a friend who's studying basic mathematics in Rovuma, there's no need for him to come, maybe to go to the restaurant for the tuitions during the vacation. He might spend and enjoy the beauty of basic mathematics and science in Rovuma, in Bear. So we're expecting that these contents will benefit students in Lindi because we are providing free. God has already paid for it. So it means God is the sponsor of this program. So there's no any charge that we are charging you. If you buy the bundle for the internet, that is, you are paying the internet providers. It's not, you're not paying, I'm not getting any percent. But the good thing, so how can you get here? You can do only one-time registration. The first step that you have to do, have open Yahoo or Gmail email. So something called email address. Okay, so it's email address. Then the second step after that, then we say that search what? So search Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket or okay, in YouTube searching engine. So go have an internet, then go to YouTube, then search. Don't write this one, just take copy and paste what has been written in Tanzania. Search for Tanzania Online or Level Seki School in square bracket Olenjolain. You will see the icons with the icons of this one, and here you have a national flag of Tanzania, national flag like this one, right? So there you are. So if you click that profile or that icons, then it will send you to the school. It's just like when you go to any physical schools, you find there's a poster directing. So if you click this icon, then to direct you into the school. And as our schools has departments, has the subjects, has different, so we used to organize, it's just like a physical schools, has teachers, you see, has it means classes also, there are some classes, etc., etc. So when you are there now, then the next step, we ask you number 3, now you can sign in. So you can sign in in YouTube, okay, by using by using your email. That's why I told you have to have email first, by using your email. Then after you sign in, then we go for the first step. The first step, we ask you to click the software button, whether by using mobile phone or whether you're using a computer. These procedures are the same. So click the buttons which has been written subscribe. Okay, subscribe. And then once you click, its color, background color change, and also the word also change from subscribe to subscribe D. So when you see subscribe D, then the bell will appear. Click this bell. If you click this bell, you'll see 3 options. Choose the options of all. Within a minute, you are done. You have permanently registered. Why should you register? We are going to record more than 500 videos in Tanzania, videos that will be teaching our students 12 subjects of ordinary secondary educations. Basic mathematics form 1, basic mathematics form 2, basic mathematics form 3, physics, basic mathematics form 4, physics form 1, physics form 2, physics form 3, physics form 4, and physics form 4, then chemistry form 1, chemistry form 2, chemistry form 3, chemistry form 4. So total 12 subjects. We are going to teach you every chapter. We are going to solve so many questions from the past papers, from the mock exams, from the NECT exams. We are going to do a great job, my dear students. So if you have been given up about your purpose that needs the knowledge of in science, in basic mathematics, I want to tell you, don't reach into conclusions. You have tried different methods, they didn't work. I ask you to try this method, this new method of accessing the contents and learning through Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolain. So if that's the case, I'm expecting to see you inside our school. So you're warmly welcome into the talk also. So talk also Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolain. Okay. So in today's session, so let me do the quick review of the just spend 2 minutes to do the quick. So quick review, this is a technique, is one of Olenjolain's teaching aids. Okay, quick review of session 2, the previous session, okay, which is consecutive with this one. So in session 2, basically, we taught you just the concepts of which we introduced to you during your form 1, how you can find gradient or slope or 40 of the line. Okay? So if you've been given of the line, so if you've been given 2 points, that let's say you have A, x1, y1, and then another point, you have x2, y2. So you say gradient, which we notate as a slope, this you say is given as changing y over changing x. So in this one, we say that y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's what we have taught you. And then we did some examples, okay? We did some examples to solve some problems. And then we taught you a new concept that we didn't touch during coordinate geometry in Form 1, which is called the collinear points. What the means of collinear points? These are 3 or 4 or 5 points which are lying on the same line. So collinear points, actually these are the points on the same line. So if you find gradients by using any of the 2 points, then you find the gradients will be the same. So suppose that you have your xy, okay, this is y-axis, okay, I believe you're serious students, you have right now your exercise book, take this stuff seriously, and then you will see how you succeed in basic mathematics and science. Okay, so suppose that this is the question, y is equal to, let's say y is equal to x plus 2. So it's a straight line. Then here we have maybe a certain point A, x1, y1. Then here we have another point B. So we say that x2, y2. Then again here we have another point, basically. Let us focus on 3 points. This is x3, y3. So if we find that the gradients of point AB is equal to gradient of point BC is equal to gradient of 40 of point AC is equal to gradient of 40 of point AC, okay, so we have those 3 possibilities. If these gradients are the same, are equal, then we say that Point A, B, C are collinear points. Otherwise, they are not collinear points. And they left the example there, which was example 5. Basically, I didn't write the number of example. Okay, I didn't write the number of example, but I left a homework for you. I believe that is going well. Show that the following points are collinear points. Point A, 3,4, point B, 5,5, and point C, -2,1. So that's all about 30 collinear points. We ended there. So today, I would like to add a new concept in your mind. Just see, this will be reminding you, but we'll take a little bit further. In Form 1, we taught you a topic called coordinate geometry, which is the 11th topic in basic mathematics Form 1. And in case you forgot the contents, don't worry. We have taught that topic, the entire topic, and put all the video lectures or video sessions in Tanzania online O-level secondary school in square bracket Olenjolain in the playlist of the coordinate geometry or in the playlist of what basic mathematics Form 1, so you can access. So today we have to teach about the equation of the straight line. Say with me, the equation of the straight line. So basically, we said that let us start about this one. So we said that the equation of the straight line. Okay, so you say the equation of the straight line. So let me start from this point. The equation of the straight line can be drawn in the XY plane. At the point. So now let us derive. Let me teach you the simple derivation. It is simple, it's not difficult. Derivation of what? Of general. Ladies and gentlemen, derivations of general equation of a straight line. Okay? So to derive, we are going to follow a few steps. Think 2 to 3 steps. The first step, we say that sketch and a straight line. In the XY plane. So you can sketch it and then deal with it or deduce what we are looking at. So this is y-axis. And this is what? So this is y-axis. So this is what? X-axis. So this is 0. Okay. So suppose that we have a straight line. Okay. You can just label the coordinates. Suppose that you have a straight line like this. And in this straight line, we have 2 points. First point is point A, where we have x1, y1. The second point is B. So this is x2, y2. Okay, so y2. But again, let us having another point here. This is point C. So point C, it is x, y. Every point has its own objectives. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, the line like this is what we call the equation of straight line. Equation of straight line. So that the straight line So that's what we call the equation of the straight line. So this is called the straight line. Excuse me. This is called the straight line, not equation. The equation we are going to derive soon. So this is what? The straight line. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is figure 3.1. So, and this is x-axis. Here is y-axis. If you have a friend, or if you are private students, or if you are sitting basically mathematics from 4, then this programs is very important for you. So you have our figure, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into the second step. Second step, we say that we call the formula we taught you in session 2, formula of 40 of finding what? Finding slope or gradient, right? Finding slope or gradient. So the formula states that slope, which is given as m, is equal to change in y over change in x. Right? Change in y over change in x. So we say that slope m, for this case, let us find the slope of point A, B. I will tell you the objective of point C, and we name it differently. The slope of AB is equal to slope, which is equal to change in y, so which is equal to y2 minus y1 over t over x2 minus x1, or y1 minus y2 and x1 minus what? X2. Okay, all right. So you have slope is equal to what? Is equal to y2 minus y1 over what? Over x2 minus x1. Okay, all right. So after having that, we can find what? So that is slope, okay? So find the slope of gradients of line AB. So once we find the slope, the next step now, we have to think on how we can find the equation. We just define the equation because we know the gradient of the line. We know either of the 2 points, point A and point B, will be given as coordinate geometry. But the second, the third step, we have to find what? Now we can find the equation. So I prefer to write in short equation of any straight line. Find the equation of any straight line by using what? By using gradient, okay, any given point, for instance, point A, which is x1, comma what? y1, and what? And the any arbitrary what? And any arbitrary point, which is point C, for example, x comma y. So we can find the equation of the line if we know one point, if we're being given one point where the line passes, one point in which the line passes. And also, we may be given a gradient or slope, or we may be given 2 points to find the slope. Then we have to take one known point, and the gradients of the line that might be given in the questions, or you might find, and any arbitrary point. That's why we have point C. So point C can be anywhere else, but point A and B are fixed. Point C can be here, it can be here. That means of arbitrary point. That's why we don't have x1 or x3, y3. So if you have x3, y3, that is already located point, but we didn't give it, or we didn't mention its value. Okay? So then, if that's the case, we say that if now we are looking at the equation for this case, how are we going to find? So remember that we are using what? Gradient, and then another thing. Let us choose one point which is A, which is x1, comma what? x1, comma y1, and then afterward, let us use arbitrary point, which is x, comma y, right? So, we say, if that's the case, so we remember the formula of finding gradient. Gradient is equal to what? Change in y over change in x, right? So for this case, suppose that this is one point and this is another point, because both of these points are on the same line, so they are collinear points. So we say that this is equal to y minus y1 over t over x minus x1. If you chose a known point B, then it will be y minus y2 and x minus x2. So whatever you do, you'll get the same general equation. So gradient is equal to y minus y1 over what? Over x minus x1. Tell your neighbor that welcome to enjoy the beauty of basic mathematics from 4. I believe that now you are still feeling it. You begin to feel it, that mathematics is not a national disease, but mathematics is the best solutions and best alternative of solving real life problems in order to save humanity. Okay. So in this case, now we call this equation 2. So because it's equation 2, we say that this gradient, its denominator is 1. So then we can cross multiplication. So if you cross multiplication, we have m times x minus x1. This is equal to 1 times what? Y minus y1. All right? So expand. If you expand, m times x is mx, m times x1 is mx1, 1 times y is y, 1 times y1 it's y1. Okay? So this is, let this as equation 3. So afterward, we have to make y the subject. Okay? So that will be the first step. The first step, we say that make y the subject in equation 3 above. In equation 3 above. So to make y the subject, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have what? We have our equation, which is mx minus what? Minus mx1. Then we say is equal to what? Is equal to y minus y1. So what should we make the subject? It's y, this y. So to make the subject, we have to add to y1 both sides. Add to y1 both sides. So here we have y1 plus mx minus mx1 is equal to y plus 0, because negative y1 plus y is equal to 0. You can reverse this equation. You say that y is equal to what? Is equal to y1 plus mx minus mx1. All right? So next we say that we can rearrange. Just rearrange the equation. So let's start with mx, then we have y1 minus m times x1. Right? So ladies and gentlemen, this will go to equation 4. The next step now, we want to find the general equation of the straight line. So we go for the fifth step, ladies and gentlemen, because I know many students, they used to claim this equation, but they don't know where does it come from. So this is the beauty of you joining into Tanzania online ordinary secondary school. So the fifth step, we say that let y1 minus mx1. Okay, so let c to be equal to y1 minus mx1. What is the meaning of c? C is y-intercept of the straight line. The y-intercept means is the point where the straight line cuts the y-axis. The x-intercept means that at the point where the straight lines cut the x-axis. So if that's the case, we say that so we say that substitute C in equation 4 above. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have y is equal to mx plus c, and this is the general equation of the straight line. You have to remember this equation during your entire life of ordinary secondary education. You have to remember it during your entire life of advanced secondary education. You have to remember these equations during your entire life of ordinary diploma student education. You have to remember these equations during your entire life of first degree or undergraduate studies. So it's very important equations in coordinate geometry and in different aspects of the conics. So we say that the general equation of a line, of a straight line, of the straight line, have to include the objective, is given as y is equal to mx plus what? Plus c. Y, it's dependent variable. X, it is independent variable, where m is equal to slope or gradient of the straight line. C is equal to y-intercept. Say y-intercept. Y-intercept. C is equal to y-intercept. X is called the independent variable. X is independent variable. Y, it is dependent variable. And then C, it's y-intercept. M, it's what? Gradient or slope. So before I take you, I think that you have written these procedures, and I believe that you have subscribed for your own benefit. Because the aim for you to subscribe is once we upload or we add any new video, which we are going to add at least one video every day during the evening hours when the schools are open. And also we upload one session, at least one session in a day during the morning when schools are closed and you're in vacation. I know that you have a stress right now, or you have a great responsibility to get prepared for the national NECT exam in November. So you have to be serious. So after having this general question before we solve problems regarding it, I would like to teach you again something we call the Xintercept. If we have taught you, I'd like to remind you here, because you might hear it, Y-intercept. You might hear we mention it often. Y-intercept. Say with me, Y-intercept and X-intercept. So simply mathematically, so we define them. So mathematically, okay, so we say X-intercept. X-intercept, say that is the point where the straight line is the straight line sort cuts the x-axis. The x-axis. I'll show you soon in the figure. Okay, but let me show you. So suppose that here we have figure 5.2. I want to show you the meaning of x-axis. Okay, x-intercept, not x-axis. Y-axis, and here we have x-axis. So maybe we have a straight line like this. So this is the question, this is the straight line, right? So the straight line has cut 2 points. It has cut, suppose, point B, and it has cut point A. So point A is what we call the x-intercept. What are the coordinates of x? What are the coordinates of A? So the coordinates of A, for this case, x is a certain value. We don't know it. But the value of y it is 0. Okay, so the coordinates of x-intercept always, for example, if you want to write this one, is x, comma 0 for that case. So it means that's why this is the reason when that we used to say whenever we find x-intercept, we let y is equal to 0. Why? Because the x-intercept is the point where the straight lines cuts the x-axis. Right? So that's why that we say whenever we are finding x-intercept of the straight line, the x-intercept, we used to say that we find this one when y is equal to 0. So we make x the subject. Okay, that's all about 30 x-intercept. You have to be familiar with this concept as a Form 4 student. Okay, so that is what x-intercept. Again, we have to deal with y-intercept. So simply y-intercept, we say that this is the point 20 where a straight line cuts what? Cuts the y-axis. Cuts the y-axis. So if you refer figure 5.2, point B, it's a y-intercept. This way. What are its coordinates? The value of y is not known, but the value of 0 is 0. The value of x it is 0. So the value of x it is 0, and the value of y it's y. It's unknown. Okay? So we find that b is equal to 0, comma 1. That's why we used to say when we are finding y-intercept, right? We have to let x is equal to 0. Why? The y-intercept is a point where the straight lines cut the y-axis. Wonderful. So now you know how we can find. So now with respect to our equation, to the general equation of the straight line, y is equal to mx plus c. We say c is a y-intercept. Why? Because when you're looking for the y-intercept, we put x is equal to what? So you say that, for instance, this one, so this is an example. If you are looking the y-intercept, right? We say that x should be what? 0. So y-intercept in that equation, this we obtain when we have m times what? 0 plus 1. So that's why I say in this, I say that this point, that y-intercept is equal to c for this straight line, right? But when we focus about x-intercept of the straight line, is whenever you're finding x-intercept, you have to put y is equal to 0. So y is equal to mx plus c. So then make what x the subject. So it means you have negative c is equal to mx. So divide by m. So simply say x-intercept of the general equation of the line, this is equal to what? This is equal to negative c over m. This kind of the important information, my dear students, I don't want you to miss. Okay, so wonderful. So you have now enough concept, but I didn't finish it yet. I think that let me teach you some examples on what I've told you. And then later on, I'll teach you another form of the equation of the straight line. Okay. If you have any question, my dear student, please don't hesitate yourself asking your several questions in the comment sections below, where it has been written comments. Ask your questions there. I will see, I will review. Other teachers in the world can review your questions. Other students in the world can review also your questions. So we are here to help you and not to destroy you. Tell your neighbor, you are here to be healthy and not to be destroyed. Tell your neighbor again, you are here to be transformed, to think different. Okay? So now let me write example 6, because we ended example 5. Find the equation of the straight line. So the question states that find the equation of the straight line. Find the equation of the straight line which passes through what? Which passes through the point passes through the point 5, -2. Okay, 5, -2, whose gradient, this is the basic example, whose gradient is 3/2. Remember always, I used to teach in a very unique way, and I'm not a traditional teacher, and I'm not a local teacher. I'm a national teacher right now, by God's grace, not by my own understanding. But remember, Olenjolain does not know everything about basic mathematics from 4. I just know small portions, but I have a responsibility to teach others what I know. I'm always learning about basic mathematics from 4, and I discover new idea myself, because the world of mathematics is broad, more than you think. Okay, so this is simple. So remember that the way I used to teach, or I used to arrange my sessions, I arranged them logically. I used to start with questions or solving questions which are simple, then we go into intermediate questions, then we go into conceptual questions. So this is the kind of the simple question. Solution. Find the equation of the straight line which passes through the point. That one's whose gradient is that. Okay? So we say that in the first step, what are we given? So we are given what? We are given a certain point which you can let. So we are given 5, -2, and also gradient which is equal to 3/2. So we can let point A, which is arbitrary point, to be equal to what? 5, -2. Again, we have to let. So let arbitrary, as we said, let arbitrary point, any unknown point, arbitrary point to be what? To be x, y. So this one can label it C. To be what? Can label it as point C. So to be x, y. So those are the informations we need. We say if you want to find the equation of the straight lines, you just need 3 information. The information about the known point, the information about the known gradient, or yes, the known gradients, and then the first information that to choose the arbitrary point. So when you have those pieces of information, you can go to the second step. What the second step? Okay? So the second step, you have to recall the formula of finding gradient. So gradient, you say it is changing y over changing x, right? For this case, now we have only 2 points. A which is equal to 5, -2, and then C, which is equal to x, 1. So you may take this, we may take coordinates of point C minus coordinates of point A, or coordinates of point A minus coordinates of point A to point C. So it means if you take coordinates of point C minus coordinates of point A, so you have y minus -2 divided by x minus 5, right? So it means we say that y is equal to negatives and negatives is positive, is equal to y plus 2 over what? Over x minus 5. But what the value of gradient? Gradients we have been given as what? And this is equal to what? This is equal to 3 over 2. So then now we can simplify what we have on the left-hand side of the equation and what you have on the right-hand side. So stay tuned and keep enjoying the beauty of basic mathematics. Okay, so this is 3 over 2. And here we have what? Y plus 2. Then we have what? X minus 5. So we cross multiplication. So then this is 3 x minus 5. This is equal to 2 y plus 2. Right? So we have that. So we have 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 5 it is 15. 2 times y it is 2y. 2 times 2 is 4. So you can write in the general form. Okay? So we can keep on simplifying. 3x, okay, minus what? Minus 15, minus 2y, let's say. You have a decision, okay? You have a decision. But maybe you make y the subject. So let us make y the subject to express in the standard form. So it means on the left hand side you have 3x minus 15 minus 4 is equal to 2y plus 4 minus 4. So ladies and gentlemen, this is 3x. Then here we have minus what? Minus 5 minus at least negative 15 minus 4. This is equal to minus 19 or negative minus 19. And then this is equal to 2y. So divide by 2, divide by 2. So ladies and gentlemen, y is equal to what? 3 over 2x minus 19 over 2. Okay? So you see that now we have expressed this sort of expressed in the standard form. It means that from y is equal to mx plus c, for instance, if you want to express in this form, you may say that y is equal to 3 over 2, which is the gradient of the equation. Then you say plus what? The y-intercept, which is what? Negative 19 over 2. So you can say like this. So you see that y is equal to y, m is equal to 3 over 2, x it is x is equal to x, then c is equal to negative 19 over 2. So, but simply, you've been asked about the equation. So you say that, the conclusion, you say that the equation, because the question asks you to find out the equation of the straight line. Find the equation of the straight line. The equation of the straight line is what? Is y is equal to what? Is equal to 3 over 2x minus 19 over 2. Then you're done. You see how mathematics is beautiful? And it's not a complex subject that you think. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, let me give you another example with a little bit different style. So this will be example 7. Please, if you have any question or you didn't understand any point, don't hesitate yourself to ask in the comment section. So we have again another question, but in a little bit different form from the first one. Find the equation. This is a little bit long compared to the first one of a straight line. So find the equation of a straight line joining the points. Joining the points. And these points are what? Point A, 1,6, and what? Point B, 5,9. So that's a question. Copy it. So when you are copying and when you are thinking and when you are, I know that you are, please tell us in the comment section if you understand what we are teaching you. Tell us in the comment section, tell us your name, tell us the name of your school, the name of your region, whether that's in Tanzania. If you're in Tanzania, if you're in Kenya, just tell us you're in Kenya or you're in Nigeria. And again, another thing which we'd like to remind you, God has given you a very special invitation in case you feel from your heart you want to offer God, our Father, your free willing thanksgiving. Then you should not just take yourself, but you can thank through this thanksgiving offering. So the telephone number 0759745331. And then so your free willing thanksgiving will be received in order to pay the running cost, so that so many sessions, which you said more than 500, will be in air in order to help present and future generation. All right, you can pause the video and try to solve these questions yourself and on the rough paper, and then you come back to check whether you got the right answer or not. So solution. Find the question. So we've been asked to find what? The question, not the story. So photo of a straight line, joining the 2 points. You can sketch or you may not sketch. So the first step, we say that we will be given 2 points. In order to find the equation of the line, I told you need how many information? 3 information. First one, you have to find the gradient or the slope. The second piece of information, you should know at least 1 point where the line passes. And then the third information that you need, you should choose an arbitrary point along the straight line. So in this question, we are just given only one known point where the straight line passes, right? So we are not given this gradient, but through these 2 points, you can find gradients. So the first step, we say that find gradients, which is M. So remember the principle. So that if from M is equal to change in Y over change in X, right? Change in Y over change in X. So simply it is Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. Suppose that these are the coordinates for X2, Y2. These are the coordinates for X1, Y1. So it means that with this one, this is equal to 9. 9 minus what? 9 minus 6. And then this is what? 5 minus 1. So gradient of a known straight line is what? 9 minus 6 is 3. Then 5 minus 1 is 4. Alright? It is 4. So that's the first step. The second step, we say that choose any arbitrary point. So because we have been given AB, we can propose that suppose C is equal to X, Y. Then choose any known point, either A or B. So I choose B. So now I have all the 3 information not to solve the problems. We know the gradients of the straight line. We know one known point where the line passes. This is the arbitrary point. So the second thing right now, you say that find what? You call it. So you say that what? Find the equation. Find the equation of 40 of the straight line. Have to remember that the gradient is equal to change in Y over change in X. Our 2 arbitrary points, it is B, which is 5, 9. And another arbitrary point, it is C, which is X, 1. And the gradient we formed is 3 over 4. So with this one, we say that we have a gradient like that. So we have the gradient, change in Y over change in X. This is Y2 minus Y1 of what? X2 minus X1. Okay. So if you transform, it means the gradient is 3 over 4. This is equal to what? Y minus what? 9 over what? X minus what? 5. So the next step, you have to cross multiplication. So you have 3 times x minus 5, and then on right hand side you have 4 times y minus 9. Then 3 times x is equal to 3x minus what? 3 times 5 is equal to 15. This is equal to 4 times y is equal to 4y. 4 times 9 is equal to 36. So the next step, let us make up the step, because sometimes it can be limited. The first step, we say that suppose this is equation 1. So express equation 1 in standard form. So in what? In form of, it's not as, but I'm trying to enlarge, I'm trying to expand the concept. So in case you encounter it, you won't be limited, because I want you to be a dangerous mathematicians for the rest of your life. So y is equal to OSX, or actually an excellent mathematicians. So y is equal to mx plus what? Plus c. So to put in this form, we have to come back into equation 1. We say that to achieve that, you have to make y in what? In equation 1 above, equation 1 above the subject. So if you make the subject, you say you have what? 3x minus 15, then plus what? Plus 36. This is equal to what? 4y minus 36 plus 36. So basically this is 3x negative 15 plus 36. This makes what? 21. Yeah, so this is plus what? 21. Cos 21, yeah, 21. And then is equal to what? Is equal to 4y. So if you make y the subject, I believe that you're enjoying the beauty, so you can just jump that. Mathematics is beautiful. Mathematics is beautiful. Basic mathematics is beautiful. Basic mathematics form 4 is not a difficult subject. Basic mathematics form 4 is not a difficult subject. So sing that chorus. Sing it every day, and then you'll wonder what will happen in your life. Okay, so we have 3x here. 3x plus 21. This is equal to 4y. So divide by 4, and here divide by 4. Y is equal to what? 3 over 4x plus 21 over 4. Okay, so you can check. Is y in this form? Yeah, so the y-intercept is 21 over 4. The x-intercept can find. The gradient is 3 over 4, which is true. Then y is equal to y. So therefore, we conclude the equation of the straight line. Equation of the straight line is y is equal to 3 over 4x plus 21 over 4, or even in this form, you can just simplify that form. So that the response is the response. You're done. Wonderful. See, really want to tell, I will tell you often that mathematics is beautiful. So we go for example 8. Okay, example 8. I'm about to end this session so that we'll join together in the next day. So example 8, verify that y minus 7 is equal to 3 x minus 3 represents an equation. So you have to verify, not to find. You have to differentiate the vocabulary of verify and the find of the straight line. Of the straight line through the point through the point 3,7 and determine its slope. Okay, so this one, beside the number, you can write the concept. There's a certain concept actually there. We have to verify that y minus 7, this is minus, is equal to 3, open bracket, x minus what? X minus 3, represent an equation of the straight line. So the point 3,7 and determine its slope. Wonderful. So I know if you don't think differently, you might think that is a difficulty question. But really it is still testing your understanding of the concept that I taught you. So let us solve the problem. So ladies and gentlemen, this is solution. I used to teach only for one by using English and Swahili in order to transform our students, our former students who come from, which is almost 70% in Tanzania, who come from Swahili English medium, no Swahili primary educational system. But when you are in Form 4, we just use the official language and the official training language in educational system, that is English, because we believe that you understand and you can learn several things or different things in English, just like how you do when they have been taught you or expressed in Swahili. So solution. So today we have to verify. So to verify, the first step, the question asks us to verify. What it means of verify? It means proof. Proof or proof. That's the meaning. And then we're being asked to find what? Slope of the line. But today we are given the line. The line, it is what? Y minus 7 is equal to 3 times x minus what? Minus 3. Okay, so this is the first equation. Y minus 7 is equal to 3 times x minus. All of these examples have come from the book called the Secondary Basic Mathematics, which I'm going to introduce you soon. So the second step, ladies and gentlemen of Form 4, whether it's CTAS or QT, or you're a school candidate, wherever you are, whether you're in Kigoma, get prepared to enjoy the beauty of basic mathematics. Y minus 7 is equal to what? So we can expand this. 3 times x, it is 3x. 3 times 3, it is what? 9. Okay? So I say y is equal to what? 3x minus 9 plus 7. Alright? So 3x minus 9 plus what? Plus 7. So y again is equal to what? Is equal to 3x minus 2. So at least this is the simplified form, so we can deal with. We can also deal with this with the question of the line in this form. But the good thing here, we have expressed it in our standard form, so we may do a lot of things. So now we go for the third step. We were just simplifying, we didn't start to verify. So we say that verify that what? Y, so let us verify that y is equal to 3x minus 2 passes through what? Passes through 23,7. So with this the condition, you have to remember in mathematics, whenever you've been asked to verify a point in relation to the line, and the condition is this one. we say that if the point, let's say x comma y satisfies the given equation, then the straight line passes. So when the point satisfies the given equation of the straight line, then hence we have proved that the straight line passes through that point. When the point does not satisfy the equations of the straight line, then you'll conclude that, or you comment that the point does not satisfy, or the line does not pass through that point. So say that then the straight line passes through the given point. So the given point, otherwise it does not pass. So now let us verify. So if y is equal to 3x, what the given point is 3, 7. So it means that let us substitute the value of this is corresponding to x comma 1. The value of x is 3, the value of y is 7. If this point satisfies this equation, when you substitute the value of x and y into the given equation, and we find that the value of left hand side is equal to the value of right hand side, then we conclude that the point has satisfied the given equation. But if we substitute the values of the coordinates, the given coordinates, into the equation of the straight line, and we find that the value of left hand side is not equal to the value of right hand side, then we conclude that the point did not satisfy. Right? Did you understand? Please tell us in the comment sections if you've understood. So then we say y today it is 7. And then the value of x is what? 3. Minus what? Minus 2. Right? So then this 7 is equal to 3 times 3, it is 9 minus 2. So 7 is equal to 7. So I say, if the value of the equation on left hand side is equal to the value of equations on the right hand side, right? When the point has been substituted into the given equation, then the point satisfies. So because the value of left hand side is 7 and the value of right hand side is 7, then we say that the 20, so we say that the 20, so it means that we say that so the point. So equation of the second, so we say verify. So hence, so we say that with this one, we conclude that hence, verified that, okay, the equation y minus 7 is equal to 3 times what? X minus 3 passes what? Passes through what? Through the point what? Through the point 3, 7. So that is the response for the first equation. The second question, we has to find out slope. So we have to find out the slope, which is m. To find the slope, we have to recall our given equation. Y is equal to 3x minus 2. So this will make step 4, the first step. Means you have to find slope. Okay, find slope. Find slope. So to find slope, we say that we have to compare y is equal to 3 x minus 2 with standard equation, which is y is equal to mx plus c. C is equal to y-intercept. So simply we have y is equal to mx plus c. So if you compare, we find that slope is equal to 3. If you ask me to find the y-intercept, I want to give you advantage, it is what is negative 2. So therefore, slope is what is 3. You're done. Okay. We say that the standard form of the, okay, so we say that the standard form, the standard or the general form of 40, the equation of the straight line, we taught you that this is given as y is equal to mx plus c, right? But I want to give you another form of writing, or another form, which is kind of, it's not common in all level, but we encounter. So another form of 40 of general or standard equation of 40 of a straight line. So this another form, or this other form, we are going to have ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So it's still the same equation. That's another form. There's a way or a trick to derive it, but it's not a great deal. The issue is just to know that this is another form of 40, another form of equation of the straight line. So ax plus by plus c. So every equation, even this one, we can express in that form, because a, b, c, these are coefficients. So a, b, c, so we say that a, b, and c are constants. So here we have example. Okay, example 8. So we had example 8. This is example x, let's say xc, just to make you understand. Say that express the equation given in example 8 in form of ax by plus c is equal to 0. Okay, so to express the question, if you do remember, the question which had been given in example 8, it was 7 minus what? It was taking the 7, the one that we should verify. It's 7, it's y, not 7. Y minus 7 is equal to 3, x minus 3. So we have to express in that form. So we say y minus 7, we expand 3x minus 9. So to express in that form, okay, so the first step, to express in that form, we have to bring all the, it means that all the terms on the left hand side. So here we have y minus 7 minus 3x plus 9 is equal to 3x minus 3x minus 9 plus 9. So ladies and gentlemen, here we have y minus 3x, and then what? So minus 3x, and then negative 7 plus 9 is 2, right? So this one is equal to 0. So the second step, say that to express, so this is question 1. Express equation 1 in form of what? In form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So to express in this form, we start with x, then y, then c. We have them. So what the corresponding value of x is negative 3x, right? And then so the corresponding value of y is y. Then what the corresponding value of c is 2 is equal to 0. Just like in the previous form of general equation of the line, we say ax, or we say that also, we say right now ax by plus c. You discuss this in detail when we will be teaching you about perpendicular, finding the perpendicular distance from a point to a line. When you'll be studying advanced mathematics Form 5, which also I'm teaching you after you graduate your Form 4 education. The good news is I'm going to be with you if you pursue advanced mathematics or basic applied mathematics. I'll be with you. Or you'll be pursuing advanced physics, advanced chemistry. I have a special channel and a special online schools that will be providing all of those contents. So if you compare here, if you compare this equation, remember that this is what it is. Let's say it's equation 2, and this one is equation 3. So if you compare, for example, if you've been asked, it means a is equal to -3, b is equal to 1, coefficient of y is 1, and then c is equal to what? To 2. That's all. And you can also express this in the previous form, then we get to the gradients. Okay, so now let me end this session by giving you a homework question. Then we'll meet next time. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is homework. This is homework 3. So this is example. So this is example 9, and you can refer it in secondary, basically mathematics, book 4. Okay, book 4. In exercise, which you will solve in the next session. In exercise 121, question number 7. You have to try to do this question and submit your homework in the comment section so that you can review your work. Determine the value of k. Determine the value of k. Okay. In order that the line whose equation is k x minus 1 plus 5, so is equal to 0, passes through the point through the point 3, 5. So it's a kind of the concept questions, because it's going to challenge you to think and test whether you've understood what I've been teaching you. To end this session, that is the end of session 3 of coordinate geometry. Before I say the final words, the last words, before I end the session, I would like to share you two things which are very important while you are copying the homework and then you are thinking about how you can go through the homework. The first thing which I want to share with you, we are not satisfied ourselves as founders of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School, in square bracket Olenjolain, just to teach students, but also we like to equip them and give them materials and try to look all the reference books and materials that the students in particular class or particular learning period, he or she is going to use these materials effectively. For that reasons, we have also we have also Tanzania Online Ordinary Library, right? So this is the library that we have materials for basic mathematics and physics and chemistry from 1 through 4 of the different formats. So the first thing that we like to recommend for all our students to have is the syllabus, basic mathematics syllabus for secondary education from 1 through 4. Basic mathematics syllabus for ordinary secondary education from 1 through 4, prepared by Tanzania Institute of Education. The good news, you can order the copy of this book because sometimes even in the local shops you'll be looking these books, you won't find them. But you can make a copy of it and then ship it to you. Again, so this is the first weapon. You need this. I refer this book more than you think. Whenever I prepare any sessions, whether for Form 1, Form 2, or Form 3, or Form 4 in basic mathematics, this book should be on my right hand side on the table of preparation. So it's very important. I will be referring it in different occasions so that you may see how does it complementing into the lectures or into the sessions that I'm teaching you. Again, the second weapons is this reference book called Secondary Basic Mathematics Book 3. Okay, book 4. So remember the syllabus has a syllabus of from Form 1 to Form 4. So this book is the one I recommend to be used in learning basic mathematics from basic mathematics from 4, because I know how it has been written. I have analyzed how the concepts have been arranged, and also I compared it, or I was going through this syllabus and check how this book has implemented what has been written in the syllabus, and I find almost I found 80% of what has been said in the syllabus has been included in this book. So I recommend every Form 4 who want to succeed in basic mathematics to have this book. You can order, we can ship in any of the 31 regions of Tanzania. Again, we remember that here, in this book we have concepts. It means it is teaching concepts, and also it has so many questions more than you think. But these are the questions of the particular chapter. So we are not satisfied. We like to see also how we can get prepared for the certificate secondary education examination, for the next exams of Form 4. So we have this book, which is called Ordinary Level Basic Mathematics Review, right? So it comprises questions and answers from 2003 to 2019. Also, you can order this book from our online or from our store in our online library. The good thing, or we can just give you a counsel or an advice, you can order the package of the books for the Form 4, and then it's going to minimize your shipping cost rather than if you order this and then after time. So we are going to use the same shipping cost. After times, we are going to order this, then you are going to say another shipping cost. With this one, you are going to say you are going to pay for another shipping cost. But if you buy a package for the basic mathematics Form 4, right, like this one, 3 books, first of all, I will give you a discount, and that's not the case, but also you will be minimizing the shipping cost. It means the cost which I have to use in order to ship to you or in order to send to you. The last thing before I end this session, which is session 3. Okay, if you feel from your heart right now, the beginnings of the sessions, or at the middle of the sessions, or at the end of the session, or maybe another times when we are in prayer or whatever you're in fellowship, you want to offer God your free willing thanksgiving through this program, I would like to welcome you to do or to send your free willing thanksgiving from your heart generously through this telephone number 0759-745331. And believe me that what you are going to offer to God will be used as part to support the running, to pay for the running cost of this program. Recording more than 500 videos is very expensive, more than you think, in time and even also in financial. There is a very high running cost for this program that God didn't give us permissions to mention it publicly, but your free willing thanksgiving, your offerings actually play a very important, and you're investing into yourself or into your children, and even also you're investing for the future generations, including your children, if right now you are a Form 2 student. So after 10 years, you might find that also your children are going to benefit in this program. So in case you want to do the bank transactions, if your parents, you say that they don't like mobile transactions, then you have to read the descriptions below there. In order with just click the button show more, you'll see the bank account and the bank name, so that you may offer generously for these programs to succeed, to upload and to release publicly all the contents required. So this is the end of session 3 of Basic Mathematics Form 4. I thank God who have created me in his own image and his own likeness. I give him all the glory, and he deserves to receive all the glory and praise on this. I thank God for you who have taken your time to join me. I thank you yourself in person for deciding to tune me and to tune Basic Mathematics, to tune my channels. That's I teach you Basic Mathematics Form 4. Don't quit, don't escape, don't ignore, don't put it aside. Keep consistently learning through Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School. And may God bless you abundantly and keep you. I invite you to join me in session 4, where we are going to solve questions from exercise 1.1 of the book of Secondary Basic Mathematics, book 4. So invite your friends, don't miss it. Stay focused. This is Sir and Engineer Olenjolai from Tanzania. I love you so much. May God bless and keep you.